Hey there, science fans, have you ever thought about the tiny creatures living all around us? They're too small to see without a microscope, but they're incredibly important. We call these little guys microbes, and they're everywhere. In the soil, water, air, and even inside you and me. Microbial ecology is the study of these microbes and how they interact with each other and their environment. It's like a whole ecosystem that exists at a microscopic level. These interactions are super important for keeping our planet healthy and functioning. Think of it like a bustling city, but instead of people, we have bacteria, fungi, viruses, and other microscopic organisms. Some microbes are like the city's bakers, breaking down dead stuff and recycling nutrients. Others are like the construction workers, building structures like biofilms. And some are more like those pesky pigeons competing for resources. But just like in a city, things can get complicated. Microbes can be friends, foes, or frenemies, depending on who's around and what's on the menu. Let's dive in and explore the fascinating world of microbial interactions. One of the coolest things about microbes is how they've learned to live together. We call this symbiosis, and it basically means living together. There are different types of symbiosis depending on who benefits. First, mutualism, where both benefit. It's a win-win. Rhizobia bacteria in legume roots help plants get nitrogen. In return, plants provide sugars and a cozy home. Then commensalism, where one benefits and the other is unaffected. Like a friend crashing on your couch, but always paying for pizza. Finally, parasitism, where one benefits at the expense of another. Think of it like a mosquito sucking your blood. Not fun. Life in the microbial world isn't always a picnic. Just like in any ecosystem, microbes have to compete for limited resources like food, water, and space. It's a constant battle for survival, and only the fittest survive. One way microbes compete is through resource competition. They gobble up essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphate, and carbon, leaving less for their rivals. Imagine a giant buffet where everyone's fighting over the last slice of pizza. That's what it's like for microbes in a nutrient-poor environment. But microbes can get sneaky too. Some engage in chemical warfare, producing antibiotics that can kill or inhibit the growth of other microbes. It's like a microscopic arms race, with each microbe trying to outdo the other with more potent weapons. Streptomyces, for example, are bacteria famous for producing streptomycin, a powerful antibiotic that has saved countless lives. And then there's space competition. Microbes need a place to call home, and they're not afraid to fight for it. Biofilms are a great example of this. These slimy layers of microbes can form on surfaces like teeth, rocks, and even medical implants. The first microbes to arrive get the best seats in the house, while latecomers might find themselves out of luck. Despite all the competition, microbes can be surprisingly cooperative. They've learned that sometimes working together is the best way to survive and thrive. Think of it like a team of ants working together to carry a crumb many times their size. Teamwork makes the dream work. One way microbes cooperate is through quorum sensing. It's a fancy way of saying that they communicate with each other using chemical signals. These signals act like text messages, allowing microbes to coordinate their behavior and act as a group. For example, some bacteria use quorum sensing to form biofilms, build up their defenses, or launch an attack on a host. Another amazing example of microbial cooperation is syntrophy. This is where different species of microbes team up to break down complex molecules that they couldn't digest alone. It's like a microscopic potluck where each microbe brings a different dish to the table and everyone gets to feast. For instance, in anaerobic environments like swamps and sewage treatment plants, methanogens, microbes that produce methane, work together with fermentative bacteria to break down organic matter, releasing methane as a byproduct. Section 5, Nature's recyclers, microbes and biogeochemical cycles. Microbes may be small, but they play a huge role in keeping our planet clean and healthy. They're like nature's recyclers, constantly breaking down waste and cycling essential elements through the environment. We call these processes biogeochemical cycles, and they're essential for life as we know it. Let's start with the carbon cycle. Carbon is the backbone of all living things, and it's constantly being cycled between the atmosphere, oceans, land, and living organisms. Microbes are major players in this cycle. They break down dead plants and animals, releasing carbon dioxide and methane into the atmosphere. But they also help capture carbon, Photosynthetic microbes like cyanobacteria and algae use sunlight to convert carbon dioxide into organic matter, just like plants do. Next up, the nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen is another essential element for life, and it's abundant in the atmosphere, but mostly in a form that plants and animals can't use. That's where microbes come in. Nitrogen-fixing microbes can convert atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia, a form that plants can readily use. Other microbes then convert ammonia into other nitrogen-containing compounds, which eventually make their way back into the atmosphere, completing the cycle. We also have the sulfur cycle. Sulfur is a smelly but essential element found in rocks, soil, water, and living things. Microbes play a key role in transforming sulfur between different forms. Some bacteria can convert sulfate found in water and soil into hydrogen sulfide, the gas that gives rotten eggs their distinctive aroma. Other bacteria then oxidize hydrogen sulfide back to sulfate, completing the cycle. And last but not least, the phosphorus cycle. Phosphorus is crucial for DNA, RNA, and other important molecules. It's found in rocks, and microbes play a vital role in releasing inorganic phosphorus from rocks and organic matter, making it available to plants and other organisms. Section 6: Microbial allies, applications in various fields. Now that we've seen how important microbes are in nature, let's talk about how we can harness their power to solve problems and improve our lives. One exciting application is bioremediation. It's like sending in a team of microscopic cleaners to deal with pollution. Certain microbes can break down harmful pollutants like hydrocarbons, heavy metals, and even plastics, removing them from the environment. It's a natural and eco-friendly way to clean up our messes. Wastewater treatment is another area where microbes are essential. They help remove contaminants from wastewater, making it safe to release back into the environment. These microscopic treatment plants use a variety of microbial processes to break down organic matter, remove nitrogen and phosphorus, and disinfect the water. In agriculture, microbes are our allies in boosting soil fertility and protecting crops. Remember those nitrogen-fixing bacteria we talked about? They're like tiny fertilizer factories in the soil, providing plants with the nitrogen they need to grow. Other microbes help make phosphorus more available to plants, and some even produce compounds that can suppress plant pathogens and pests, reducing the need for harmful pesticides. And believe it or not, microbes might even hold the key to mitigating climate change. Some scientists are exploring ways to use microbes to enhance carbon sequestration, the process of capturing and storing atmospheric carbon dioxide. This could involve using microbes to lock up carbon in soil or even in the ocean through algal blooms. Section 7: Mysteries yet to be solved, challenges in microbial ecology. As much as we've learned about microbes, there's still so much we don't know. The microbial world is incredibly complex, and scientists are constantly making new discoveries. One of the biggest challenges is deciphering the complex interactions within microbial communities. It's like trying to understand the conversations in a room full of people speaking different languages. Luckily, scientists now have powerful tools like metagenomics and machine learning to help them analyze the genes and activities of entire microbial communities. Another challenge is predicting how microbial interactions will respond to environmental change. Climate change, pollution, and other human activities are altering the balance of microbes in many ecosystems, with unpredictable consequences. Understanding these changes is crucial for protecting biodiversity and maintaining the health of our planet. But with every challenge comes exciting opportunities. The field of synthetic biology is rapidly advancing, giving scientists the tools to engineer microbes with specific functions. Imagine designing microbes that can degrade pollutants even more efficiently, produce biofuels, or even develop new medicines. Section 8: A tiny world with a big impact. So there you have it, a glimpse into the amazing world of microbial ecology. These tiny creatures may be invisible to the naked eye, but their impact on our planet and our lives is enormous. They're the unsung heroes of our ecosystems, recycling nutrients, cleaning up pollution, and even helping us grow our food. As we continue to explore the microbial world, we're bound to uncover even more fascinating secrets and discover new ways to harness the power of these microscopic marvels. So next time you think about the natural world, remember the tiny but mighty microbes that make it all possible.